Hi, welcome to Reflection of Memory. I am your host, Osho Abiodun, and today we are opening a door that the world tried to nail shut. We are stepping into the mind of a man who was buried alive in a cage of concrete, yet he managed to keep his soul breathing. We are talking about Wole Soyinka and his prison notes. The man died. Imagine sitting at your desk and a small piece of paper arrives. It's a cablegram. It has only 3 words on it. The man died. For Soyinka, those words weren't just a message. They were a mirror of what happens to a country when it stops caring. The man was a journalist named Segun Sowemimo. He hadn't committed a crime. He had simply suffered an imagined slight from a powerful governor. For that, he was beaten so badly by soldiers that his leg turned to gangrene and eventually he was gone. Soyinka tells us that when a man is murdered and the world treats it like a dead matter, something deeper happens. He gives us his most famous warning. The man dies in all who keeps silent in the face of tyranny. Think of it like this. If you see a neighbor being bullied in the street and you close your curtain and say, "It's not my business," a little piece of your own humanity dies right then. Now, why did the government want to lock up a playwright? It was because Soyinka refused to play the game. During the Nigerian Civil War, there were 2 huge sides: the federal government and secessionist Biafra. Most people were told they must pick a side, but Wole Soyinka tried to create what he called a third force. He didn't want to join either army. Instead, he wanted to, number 1, stop the guns. He lobbied to ban arms from being sold to either side. Number 2, speak to the enemy. He went to visit the East to find a way to stop the bleeding. Number 3, end the dictatorship. He wanted a timeout so the people could take their country back from the generals. He believed that justice is the first condition of humanity. Because he tried to stand between the 2 fighters to stop the punch, the government called him a traitor and threw him into a 6th floor citadel of the secret police. You might ask, was Soyinka just being dramatic? To understand his claims, we have to look at other thinkers who saw the same things. Soyinka himself points to Hannah Arendt, who wrote about the banality of evil. Arendt argued that the most terrible crimes are often carried out not by monsters, but by ordinary people, functionaries who are just following orders. Soyinka saw these in his own interrogators, young men like Malam D, who were polite while they fitted him with slave chains. He also corroborates his feelings with George Mangakis, a professor in prison in Greece. Mangakis wrote that the first thing a dictatorship does is try to make you feel humiliation. It's the feeling that you are no longer responsible for your own life. Soyinka says this book is his resistance therapy, his way of using words to fight back against that humiliation. As we end this premiere episode, Soyinka has been moved to a modern skyscraper in Lagos. There, he encounters a human antithesis. He is a man who defines himself as someone for whom chains are not, yet he hears the sound of metal clicking around his ankles. He is sitting on a chair, surrounded by guards who look like gorillas, being fitted with museum, great slave manacles, in the middle of a modern city. Soyinka's response? He stopped eating. He begins a hunger strike, not because he wants to die, but because he wants to starve his violence into calm and prove that his mind cannot be changed. Next time, on Reflection of Memory, we will go into the episode 2 of The Man Died, which we will talk about the interrogator's mirror. We will also go into the room where Soyinka turns his interrogation into a trial of the government itself. We will see how he survives being liquidated by silence. Don't forget to join us next time. I remain your host, Osho Abiodun.